Right, if you could just be quiet for a moment, I've got something important to say. While you're all staying here, you'll need to find somewhere to have your dinners. Remember, breakfast and lunch is provided here at the hotel, but you need to find dinner somewhere else, I'm afraid, because the kitchens close at 5 o'clock every evening. There are 4 options in the town. 3 of them are not too far away, so you could probably walk there as long as it's not raining. But there's one you would need to drive to, and that's the Chester Hotel. You could get a taxi there too, of course. It's actually quite an upmarket place and is rather expensive, but the food at the restaurant there is really, really good. It's a lovely location too, so if you fancy treating yourself, maybe that's the one to go for. The nearest option here in town is a little bit different. It's the Old Oak Pub, which has lots of simple dishes for you to choose from at pretty reasonable prices too. They're open till 11, but stop cooking at 8:30, so make sure you get there well before then if you want to eat. It's literally just 5 minutes walk away in that direction, so very convenient. The Dolce Vita, that's a kind of Italian place, as you might well guess from the name, and they do all sorts of Mediterranean food. Very good value, cheaper even than the Old Oak, and the portions are huge, so actually I'd probably recommend that as the best option for you. It's just a couple of minutes beyond the Old Oak on the main road too, so not too far away. Now, there's a vegetarian place that opened recently too. I can't remember the name of it, and I haven't been yet, but it's supposed to be very good indeed, though a bit pricey. It certainly looks good from the outside. It's just next to the supermarket, so about a 15-minute walk from here. Right, so those are your 4 options for dinner.
Section 3. You will hear a college professor and a postgraduate student, Diana, discussing her recent internship experience. First, you have some time to look at questions 21 to 25. Now listen carefully and answer questions 21 to 25.
Thanks for coming in today to discuss your internship experience. Completing some sort of work experience, like an internship, is a core part of our master's program, and we want to make sure students are able to make the most of it.
That's fine.
So, as I understand, you were offered an internship by Gregory Associates, is that correct?
Actually, I got offers from a few companies, but Gregory Associates was the only one I seriously considered.
Was there any reason for that?
Yeah, they didn't offer the best conditions. Some of the other companies were offering to cover transportation and other living costs, that kind of thing. But I knew Gregory Associates was a widely recognized leader in the industry, and that was the big factor for me.
And were you happy with your choice?
Well, yes and no.
Mixed feelings?
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Everyone in the office was great. They didn't talk down to me, and they were always happy to assist if I wasn't sure about something.
Was it the work, then? Some students do find internships a little tedious and boring.
It's not that it was boring. I was doing new things every day, and I loved that. They really kept me on my toes. It's just that I'm studying economics, you know? But most of the projects I was assigned to involved more administrative stuff. It just wasn't relevant to what I've been studying.
I'm sorry to hear that. I'll make a note of it. Let's talk about the good things. What did you particularly enjoy about the experience?
Well, as an intern, the managers do tend to keep you at arm's length. They just don't trust you enough to let you take on a lot of responsibility for the big projects.
That's understandable.
Yes, but in a way, I liked that, because I got to stand back and watch and get a real sense of how a company like that runs on a day-to-day basis. And that was the highlight for me.
Well, that's great to hear. How did you find managing the internship alongside your study commitments?
Well, because my internship was over the summer break, that wasn't an issue for me at all.
Okay. What would you say was the biggest struggle then?
In the beginning, I might have said the hours. Those 6 a.m. starts were tough. But I quickly got used to that. In retrospect, the biggest difficulty was getting by on such a tight budget. As I wasn't earning anything, the whole experience really drained my savings account.
Yeah, that can be tough. And my last question, what was the outcome of this internship for you? Some of our students are lucky enough to get offers of employment before finishing.
At first, I was hoping I would be one of them. In the end, I wasn't, but I'm happy about that now.
Why is that?
Well, over the course of the internship, I ended up reconsidering whether this industry is really for me after all. I'm going to finish my degree because I'm only a semester away from graduation now. But then after that, I've decided to pursue a different line of work.
Well, I do hope you're successful with that.